Mark IV Jetta, heater core and blend door issues. On this Jetta we had some severe blend door issues requiring the material to be recovered on these, and what we do is we cover the door with HVAC aluminized tape, and that way it'll never blow out again. And then we go ahead and put foam material. This is actually rubberized material that we get from an aircraft supplier so that the doors will still seal when they close, and that gives a much better product. We cover all the doors when we do this repair. But I wanted to point out that this car had a broken blend door bushing when we pulled it apart. This is the blend door bushing. Volkswagen calls it a pin. Here is the part number if you want the part number, but Volkswagen has discontinued this. And this right here is the last remaining OEM pin in the world. We use this to model on a 3D printer a replacement bushing, and now we're making this bushing, and it's being sold on eBay, and I sell it through my website. Here's what our broken bushing looks like. You can't really see the problem without a comparison to a good one. There's my last remaining original equipment one, and you can see on that it has these clips on the side that break off on the original ones. Now when they break off, what happens, this thing sits inside the hole of the heater box here, and what happens is it slowly works its way out like this. Funny part about it on this car, it was broken, but somebody had wedged this socket. They have the lever sitting on here, and somebody had wedged this socket between the floor of the car and this lever to hold it in place. So there's our broken one, there's our original one, and here's the upgraded one that we sell. And if you see there's no weak and poorly designed clips to break on that. These ridges right here hold it, and it's built in with all this structure here that isn't going to break off the way these pins are. So I wanted to show a quick thing on how to install it. If you're doing this in the car, this is a really tight area right here. The body of the car sits about right here, so you're working through this area right here. And the hard part of it is getting this door to engage in this pin right here. And that's the hard part of it. Of course, this is sitting inside here like this. So with us on the workbench, it's real easy for us to do because we can just pop this into place and then engage the door into it and reassemble the heater box as with no problem whatsoever. So, but for us to install this here, we simply put this lever on here, hook it to the cable. Alright. And then put it here, and there is a little bit extra force. The original one pops in super easy because it's weak. Okay, it does take a little bit of extra force to get this in, so right here it's easy for us because we have the box out. We can pop it in place. But inside the car, you have to line this door up with it. That means turning this until it's lined up. And sometimes this door moves out of position because it's only supported at the top. It can fall out of position this way. You have to look inside it with a mirror and move this up and down and back and forth in order to get this bushing to line up with it. That's the key point here. We actually redesigned the new bushing to have tapered ends to try and feed this in there easily, whereas the original one, not so much. So our new design bushing is possible to pull it out. The way I would suggest pulling it out is by leaving the screw installed. And pry down evenly here, one screwdriver on each side, and it pops right out. you want to buy one of these bushings, visit my website at www.kansascitytdi.com, and they're listed in the small parts for sale section.